The information provided does not constitute financial advice, investment recommendations, or an endorsement of any investment strategy. Investment involves risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct thorough research and seek the advice of a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. Any reliance on the information provided is at your own risk. We do not guarantee the accuracy or completeness of the information and disclaim any liability for any direct or consequential loss arising from any use of this content. Remember that all investments carry risk, and you should be aware of your risk tolerance and financial situation before making investment decisions. This presentation includes general information only and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. The following content is protected under copyright law. Please respect these terms to ensure compliance.
Good evening, good afternoon, each and every one. A warm welcome to you all joining in from around the world. I recognize some of these names that are in attendance. So I just want to say welcome. I see we have the US is representing. I see Africa is representing, Australia and the Caribbean. So I know we're a global community, and it's just excited as always to have an opportunity to be here with each and every one. Ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Alton Patterson. I am a proud investor here with the company. I started it here only back in June of 2022. So yes, next month will make 4 years that I've been a part of this amazing journey. And I can tell you, it's one of the best journeys that I have been a part of. And it makes up a different chapter or chapters in my life. You know, a dear friend thought about me highly back in May of 2022, gave me a call, and I listened into some information on that call presented by a gentleman I'll speak more about in a bit. His name is Mr. Mike Thierd, the CEO of Bellator. And as I listened to the information that was being shared, it wasn't popular, it wasn't proven. And what excited me was he was just precise about the vision, about where we were going. However, like himself, I'm sure we didn't see some of the hiccups, the deadlines that had to be moved back, things that had to put on pause, things that had to go to the forefront. And to see where we are today, to be able to present this information to you is something that's truly humbling. Someone thought highly about you to share this information and understand as I present this info to you tonight. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to coerce you. I'm simply here to share some information so that way you will be able to make an informed decision. At the end of this call, we strongly recommend getting back with the person who shared this call with you so that way you'll be able to get your questions answered and be able to make an informed decision. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and dive into this presentation. What should you expect? Well, over the next, I'll do my best. I've added some new slides in here. There's a lot of excitement happening with new rollout. I'll do my best to keep this call within 45 to 50 minutes. If I go over, just bear with me. And I'll share information that I believe can be life-changing to each and every one who is here tonight, depending on how you process it or how fast you choose to process it. I'll share short videos because I believe for the fact they dive into the information and give a bit more clarity, maybe than myself just verbalizing and I don't like throwing you off, right? And then at the end, we will speak a little about the opportunity within the opportunity. And before we close this call out, we will definitely end with a Q&A session, giving those guests on the call an opportunity to be able to ask questions in order to be able to make an informed decision. So with that being said, what I want to do is I'll go ahead. I want to close my camera out so we can have this information presented to you without being distracted by myself. You know, I can get pretty animated on this side, guys. So, you know, I don't want to distract you guys, right? So as I was saying, you know, what you're about to see tonight is not just a platform or a concept. It's a complete ecosystem, right? It's an ecosystem that combines technology, digital assets, and a global partnership network, giving everyday individuals the ability to participate in a new financial era. You see, Metatera, what it does, you're here to hear about two companies. It's a Metatera and Bellator and all its subsidiaries. Now, disclaimer, there's more than 20 different companies, different entities under the umbrella of Metatera. So I've chosen a few. However, do know this information is readily available from the person who invited you tonight. They'll be able to share more information with you about the different entities within the company. However, what we are sharing tonight, I always believe is equally as excited as what we are not sharing. So just understand we won't be able to cover everything in one call, but I believe we will be giving you a mouthful. So when we speak about Metatera, Metatera powers the technology. While Bellator drives the global community and expansion. And this is why tonight matters, because timing matters, right? In the early stages, opportunities are often quite misunderstood. You see, most people wait, but by the time the masses arrive, positioning is already taken. Right now, this ecosystem is expanding globally. Leaders are stepping up, communities are forming, and those who move early position themselves for influence later. I always like to use the example, think about this 20 years ago. If someone sat you down and told you that the internet would absolutely change your life in the next 20 years, that would be today, would you believe? Would you take action? Or would you say, what are they talking about? If someone told you that today you no longer would have to write a letter, go to the post office, drop it in the mail, pen pal, for those who are old enough to remember that, you could just send an email or send a text, send a WhatsApp, send a Telegram message. Life has become easy, right? What about going into the bank? No longer you have to go into the bank and wait into long lines and deal with attitudes. Now you can go to an ATM, you can do banking on your phone. You see, internet has changed where we are going, and there's no question about that. So tonight is about clarity, it's about vision, and it's about a decision. Will you watch the future or position yourself in it? So, over the next few minutes, I ask you to have an open mind. As again, I'm not here to convince you or coerce you, it's just to share some information with you. Now, before we go further, it's important to understand the foundation behind everything we're doing. You see, Miracle Cash Technologies has completed the acquisition of Metatera, which is an OTC automotive company. And through this reverse merger, what it does, it has positioned the company to be listed on the lower NASDAQ, and we are days away from being traded. Now, why is that important? Because it means accountability, transparency, and proper corporate structure. You see, unlike many crypto projects that appear today and disappear tomorrow, right? We've all maybe have been a part of one of those before. This is backed by a public company that follows strict regulations, and reporting standards. As a matter of fact, we just received an update yesterday from our chairman that we have just done our first audit and reporting, and that's exciting, guys. So when you see the opportunities within this ecosystem, you're not just looking at an idea, you're looking at a structured global company providing oversight and direction for everything being built. This marks a significant milestone for the company and us as investors. You see, you're looking at what we call the conversion of two worlds. On the left is the digital economy. We're speaking about blockchain, tokenization, and the rapidly expanding world of digital assets. While on the right is the real world, physical assets, commerce, and everyday economic activity. You see, for years, these two worlds have existed separately. One had innovation and speed, while the other had real value and utility. But the challenge has always been the bridge between them. That's where Miracle Bridge comes in. See, Miracle Bridge, it represents the infrastructure that connects regulated governance, blockchain technology, and global community and real world utility. Governance, what it does, it ensures compliance and oversight. blockchain, which is the most transparent. It's a technology that provide infrastructure, community, drives people powered growth and utility. It connects everything to real world assets and value. You see, what this creates is not just another crypto project, right? It creates an ecosystem where the digital economy and the real economy, it finally works together. Are you guys following along? I'm sure you are. Now, the individuals who position themselves early in this ecosystem are often the ones who, let's say 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever you choose, will be the ones that are leading this conversion. Now, when we speak about the infrastructure behind this movement, it's important to also recognize leaders who have already built at scale. And one of those leaders is Hakan Torhan. You see, Hakan is the founder of America Cash and More, established in 2017, with a vision to modernize financial infrastructure and bridge traditional banking with next generation payments. Now, through his leadership, he helped to revolutionize deployment and integration of more than 57,000 ATMs across the United Kingdom, creating powerful connectivity between financial networks and users. But you see, his innovation didn't just stop there. Hakan also developed the technology that unify major Turkish banks through a single integrated system, allowing institutions to operate more efficiently through advanced financial infrastructure. You see, this is the kind of leadership that understands system, scale, and global financial network. And when you combine that level of experience with the vision behind Metaterra and Bellator, you begin to understand why positioning early matters. For the fact that movements like this are not built on hype, they're built on proven builders. Now, I want to quickly share a, what is Metaterra and how do you stand to benefit? Metaterra is the bridge between real world assets and the blockchain. It takes tangible value things that already exist in real economy and brings them on chain through tokenization. And the purpose is simple: access, transparency, and scale. So let me share a short video from Douglas Anderson, the chairman of Metaterra, and let me introduce you also to the board of Metaterra when he's done.
Hi, this is Douglas Anderson, CEO of Wall Street Capital Partners. I'm here today at the New York Stock Exchange to tell you about a new company that I've taken a seat on the board of directors of, and that we intend on moving towards potentially a public offering. Metaterra. Metaterra is a holding company that will develop several software assets, and these software assets are primarily focused around blockchain. Now, as you know, my background is in public companies that are regulated on the stock exchange. So why would I be interested in crypto and blockchain type companies? Well, the reason why is very simple. This is a huge and growing industry. The world's biggest institutions are already moving into crypto. BlackRock, Fidelity, JP Morgan, they're all building in this space because blockchain isn't just an experiment anymore. It's the future of finance. Last year alone, global crypto transaction volume exceeded $4 trillion, and the tokenized asset market is projected to reach 16 trillion by 2030. Those are not speculative numbers. Those are structural shifts. So for me, joining Miracle and Metaterra isn't about leaving one world for another. It's about helping to shape the bridge between them, taking the discipline and credibility of the traditional markets and applying it to the innovation and scale of blockchain. That's where the future is being written. So my role with Metaterra is centered on governance, structure, and growth. I've been tasked with establishing Metaterra, the holding company that will anchor the entire Miracle ecosystem and ensure that it has solid corporate foundation needed for long-term success. The background is building and advising businesses at this scale, and I'm bringing that experience to a Miracle and Metaterra by assembling a team of highly capable and credible board members who will guide this company into its next phase.
Now, guys, let's talk about this incredible and capable board, right? You've heard of Douglas. He is the CEO of Wall Street Capital. He's the CEO of Wall Street Capital, for those who are taking notes. And now, also the chairman of Metaterra. So he's a Wall Street veteran with deep experience in investment banking, venture capital, and raising capital for high growth companies. It's amazing. I've heard people say, oh, he's not a part of a company. He's AI. And it's crazy because I've had an opportunity to sit with him, dine with him when he just decided to become the chairman. And we were just recently in Nigeria. So, those who were in Nigeria had an opportunity to meet him in February and just a few weeks ago. So, very humble gentleman. However, he came with his black book as well. And who are some of these people in his black book? It's always said, show me your friends, and we tell you who you. If you said are, you are absolutely correct. So, starting with John Beer, John Beer is known for being a technological pioneer involved in early infrastructure such as Google. Many of us use Google on a daily basis. Well, the backend of Google was purchased from John Beer. It's called Widevine. You can do your due diligence on that. Telecom One, cell phones. I'm sure most of you have a cell phone, might be watching this presentation on an actual cell phone. Well, he's responsible for that technology. And streaming platforms such as Netflix, for example, that's his technology. So he brings powerful expertise in scaling and global system. Next to him is a gentleman very well known in the private sector as well. His name is Stephen Norris. He's the co-founder of the world's largest private equity firm, valued at over $600 billion on the New York Stock Exchange. That's the Carlyle Group. He's also an advisor to the King of the Saudi Arabia and offers decades of experience in global investment and strategic growth. Next to him, it's Monica Profit. She's the author of Blockchain 101 and a recognized leader in the blockchain tokenization world and the future of digital finance. Next, it's Senator. He's a senator in Mexico, Fernando Villalobos, global industrial builder and the founder behind Kenworth and which has now evolved as actually Packard. This is a $60 billion publicly traded enterprise as well. All right. He sits on the board of Metaterra. We also have Stephen Moore, internationally recognized economist and former senior advisor to Donald Trump, helping to guide global economic strategy. He also was offered to be the head of the Federal Reserve. He have turned that down for personal reasons. However, he also sits on the board of Metaterra. And last but not least is Russ Gerson. He's the founder of the Gerson Group with over 30 years of recruiting leadership for major Wall Street institutions and private equity firms. Guess what? He sits on the board of Metaterra. So this is the caliber of leadership building the Metaterra ecosystem. And you are more than welcome, guys. Visit metaterra.com to read more about them. Now, let's speak about tokenization and real world asset quickly. For the fact that what used to be reserved for institution and the wealthy is now available to everyday investors in a compliant, variable way. You see, Metaterra isn't hype or speculation, it's infrastructure. And its foundation that supports long-term wealth creation by connecting real assets to a global digital economy. And this is about positioning early in the future of finance, not chasing a trend. So we speak about, for example, I'll share a video a bit later in this presentation that really shows you how we take real-world asset like gas, oil, for example, commodities that we are able to tokenize. Now, individuals like you and I are able to own a piece of it without having to spend millions, in some cases, billions. All right. Now, let me show you the engine behind everything you're seeing tonight. At the center is a Miracle Chain, the technology powering the entire Miracle ecosystem of 20 plus different entities, as I mentioned at the beginning, which all falls under the umbrella of Meta. And what makes this powerful is that it's not one product, right? It's an entire digital economy being built on one chain. Yes, one chain, ladies and gentlemen. We own our own blockchain, which is layer two. Now, first, we have finance, which is important. Exchanges and staking that allow people to participate in new digital financial system. Second, we have payments with Miracle Pay. I'll dive a bit more into that later as well, giving people and businesses the ability to send and receive money across borders instantly. All right. And for many people across Africa and emerging markets, this is a game changer. I had to add that for the fact I know we have many who are joining from the continent tonight. Now, third, a real world asset tokenization, meaning real assets like energy, commodities, and infrastructure can be digitized and owned on the blockchain. And fourth but not least is gaming through Phoenix Arena, connecting the fastest growing entertainment industry in the world with blockchain technology. I spend so much of my wasted time on my phone playing games, but I wasn't getting paid before. Now it's possible with us. So, it's so much stuff happening here. You should be excited. So, what you're looking at is not just a project, it's an ecosystem designed for the future of finance, ownership, and digital opportunity. Let me share a short video with you about the actual Miracle Chain and all that comes along with it.
Welcome to the future of business. Miracle Chain, where blockchain meets automation and AI transforms how companies grow. Imagine onboarding customers with a tap, paying teams worldwide in seconds, and launching token ecosystems without writing a single line of code. With Iterato, your sales force becomes unstoppable. AI handles the follow-up, while gamification drives viral growth. Need to launch your own token? Miracle Launchpad and DEX give you everything: pre-sales, vesting, swaps, and full control. The Miracle Wallet simplifies finance. No seed phrases, just seamless access to crypto. Commissions and payments, secure, compliant, and easy to white label. And at the core, Miracle Chain. A private layer 2, built for scale, compliance, and automated global payouts. Whether you're selling online or in-store, Miracle Pay bridges fiat and crypto so you can do business anytime, anywhere. Miracle Chain. Powering the digital economy, one smart system at a time.
One smart system at a time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, behind this Miracle Chain are Guardian nodes. And Guardian nodes are like the security guards of the Miracle Chain, if I think that's simplified enough. What they do, they make sure every transaction is safe, the network runs smoothly, and your investments are protected. Now, by owning a Guardian node, yes, by owning a Guardian node, you not only help keep the system strong, you also earn higher rewards. You earn passively and have a say in how the network grows. So it's a smart way for new investors to get in at the heart of Miracle Chain by earning from transactions daily. Now, let me show you something powerful. This is the Web3 credit score system that was recently launched when we were in Arizona. I think it's almost 2 months now. And the reason for this is today, there are billions of people around the world that remain unbanked or underbanked, not because they lack value, but because traditional financial system lack the tools to properly evaluate them. You see, Metaterra has now introduced a blockchain-based credit system where your activity becomes your reputation. Let me repeat that. Metaterra has introduced a blockchain-based credit system where your activity becomes your reputation. How you transact, participate, and engage. The more you do, the more you're active, the stronger your score. And the stronger your score, the more doors open, payment plans, token access, and ecosystem opportunities. You see, this is bigger than technology. So let me share this short video that even gives you a bird eye view of what we are doing.
To the traditional banking world, you are a blind spot. They look at you and they see no history, no profile, no value. But they can't see the digital empire you've built on the blockchain. Your true financial power remains invisible to them. Score ID builds the bridge, seamlessly blending your verified digital assets with traditional data, translating your complex financial life into one universal standard, the Miracle Score. Turn your digital wealth into instant action. Secure that luxury rental in seconds. Expand your purchasing power anywhere, all backed by mathematical transparency and a strict privacy-first architecture. Your data stays yours. Score ID, the trust standard of hybrid finance. Score
Wow,
ID.
wow, wow. You know, in many countries, people operate in cash economies, have no formal banking history, and therefore no access to loans, credit, or financial opportunity. Well, Score ID changes that. You know, by combining traditional financial data with blockchain and digital transaction activity. Score ID is designed to create a smarter, more inclusive credit scoring ecosystem for the modern world. And what it does, it opens the door for individuals who have been invincible to traditional banks to begin building a creditable financial identity in the digital economy. See, this is bigger than credit scores. You know, you have heard about TransUnion, you have heard about Equifax, you have heard about Experian, you know, people selling your data, people having bad credit. Well, guess what? This is bigger than that. This is about financial access. It's about economic empowerment. It's about creating opportunities on a global scale. And guess what? That's where Bellator comes in. And we're going to dive into that. Now, for those who are taking notes and you're saying, man, this is a lot of information. It sounds great. How can I get more? Take a screenshot of this here, take a picture, write them down quickly. However, do know that there are so many other places you can read more about the company. So again, grab a screenshot, ladies and gentlemen, and we're keeping it moving. Now, let's talk about Bellator. You see, Bellator is the exclusive marketing arm of Metaterra and its subsidiaries under the umbrella. And that allows everyday people like you and me to own a piece of this fintech revolution. See, as industries like AI, digital payments, tokenized assets, and decentralized financial finances continue to grow, Bellator creates an opportunity for people to align themselves early with innovation that has real world relevance and global demand. See, the future of finance will not belong only to the wealthy or the connected, it will belong to those who recognize the shift early and position themselves before the rest of the world catches up. Well, I can tell you, the gentleman who has made this possible for you and for myself, and for those who we will go out and share this amazing opportunity with, is Micah Third. He's an entrepreneur, fintech visionary, and founder of Bellator Life. And with a background in global team building and digital asset strategy, Micah has built large international networks and led high growth organizations across multiple markets. Known for his bold thinking and long term vision, he focuses on merging technology, education, and ownership to create sustainable wealth models for everyday people. His work centers around digital infrastructure, tokenization, and building systems that shift individuals from earning income to acquiring asset. And through his vision of tokenization, we're not just customers, we are shareholders. That's a big deal. Now, with Bellator, when you help expand the company, you're not just promoting, you're profiting as an owner, and that's different. So let's talk about, what you're looking at. And it's not just a single product, it's an entire ecosystem positioned across multiple trillion-dollar industries. See, Bellator brings together four innovative solutions designed to solve real-world problems while creating massive global opportunity. Miracle Pay, which I'll speak about in just a moment, focuses on the next generation digital payments in a multi-trillion dollar payment industry. Project X is centered around the tokenization of real-world assets, helping bridge traditional assets with blockchain liquidity and global accessibility. Score ID, you've just heard, I've just shared that with you. It introduces a modern credit scoring ecosystem that connects traditional finance with the rapidly growing crypto economy, right? Especially, it's important for the billions of unbanked and underbanked people around the world seeking financial access. And last but not least is Intelligentsia AI. What it does, it delivers practical AI solutions for both home and business users across multiple industries. AI, ladies and gentlemen, and crypto are the two biggest industries and fastest growing right now. Individually, I would say each product address a massive market, right? And together they position Bellator within a total addressable market which exceeds $20 trillion and growing. See, this is more than innovation. This is about positioning early in industry that's shaping the world of finance, technology, and global commerce. So let's talk about that a bit more. Let me quickly explain what you're looking at on this slide, ladies and gentlemen, for the fact that it represents real power behind what we are doing. This is the global financial infrastructure behind Miracle Pay. And it's what allows Bellator to operate on a truly international level. For years, the biggest challenge in crypto has been simple: utility. People could buy crypto, but spending it in real world was always complicated. See, Miracle Pay solves that by bridging cryptocurrency and traditional money across borders. And through integrations in Europe, Latin America, the US, and global merchant networks, this technology connects blockchains to existing financial system. That includes global point of sale providers like Ingenico, Pax, Verifone, NCR, the same payment terminals used in stores all over the world. I was just in Nigeria, as I mentioned, and you see the black POS machines, Ingenico, the white POS machines, which are Pax, they're all over the place. Here in South Africa, I use them all. Verifone, the ATM machines are NCRs. ATM machines are NCR. So you're seeing them. I was just in the US paying on Ingenico. So these are not just based on a specific market, they are global. On the e-commerce side, Miracle Pay, what it does, it also connects with platforms like Shopify, right? Many of you might not have heard of Shopify, but you have heard of Amazon, you have heard of Alibaba. Well, guess what? That's 1 and 2. Shopify is number 3, allowing crypto to be used on online purchases as well. So what does this mean for you as an asset holder in Bellator? It's simple. It means we're not just part of another crypto idea. We're not just participating. We are connected to infrastructure designed to move value between crypto and fiat globally while earning from the transactional fees. Yes, you heard that right. People shop, there are fees. Where there's fees, we get paid when crypto is being spent. And when you combine this technology with a growing international community, that's where real momentum begins. That's where lives change. That's where you change your zip code. That's where you go from zero to hero. So let's speak about how Miracle Pay ties into real world transaction. It said that documentation beats conversation. And to be accepted on an Ingenico terminal as a crypto payment gateway requires a number of things, such as regulatory licensing, a fully implemented AML and KYC framework, blockchain forensic integration, banking sponsorship, significant capital backing, audited infrastructure, clean executive and compliance track record. So it's not just, oh, we want to be on your website. No, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot more that goes into that. These companies didn't Google us, they didn't chat GTP us, they actually vetted us, right? Now, let me just share quickly a video from Micah, just showing you guys Ingenico machine that you will already see out there in the world. And chances are have already been making your payments.
Hey everyone, take a look at this. We just got a few of these machines shipped to us. It's the new Ingenico machine. And then when we turned it on, look at that. Look at that. How amazing is that? We're literally preloaded, not in the App Store, but actually on the device itself. You hit that, there you go. Isn't that incredible? Wow.
Wow is right. And I want you guys to notice, you could go to Ingenico website. Again, it's always about doing your due diligence. We tell everyone, before you spend any money, do your due diligence so you are happy about what you are investing in. Take a look. Ingenico is the first global market leader in point of sales machine. They operate in over 120 countries around the world with tens of millions of these machines. When you go to their website and take a look at their partners, yes, you will see Miracle Pay on their website as a gateway.
Hey everyone, take a look at this.
Now, I mentioned also about PAX. This here highlights, another company, over 110 million of these devices around the world in over 120 countries. And guess what? We are with them. We are the back end that allows individuals to be able to pay with crypto and the merchant receive fiat in the country where they are respectively. So my question to you is, can we all agree that these multi-billion-dollar companies like Ingenico and PAX Technology have elite legal teams vetting every partnership? Of course they do. They didn't go Google or ChatGPT, right? So what does that tell you? By owning a node or nodes through Bellator, it unlocks a new income stream that allows you to earn daily transaction fees. Now, this happens from crypto payments as their process. So when I say tap, swipe, and insert, cha-ching, that is absolutely correct. Now, it's a first you're hearing the name now, nodes, and I want to just dive into the nodes and how you're able to take advantage of this opportunity.
You've heard it before. If only I got in early. Early to Netflix, early to Amazon, early to Bitcoin. At the time, those opportunities didn't feel obvious. They felt uncertain, even risky. But the people who recognized them early, they didn't just participate. They changed their lives for generations. And here we are again. Only this time it isn't limited to just a handful of insiders or wealthy investment bankers. This time it's available worldwide to individual people like you and me. We're talking about owning the infrastructure behind the world of digital assets and technologies we live in today. And in the future, we're introducing node ownership. Nodes are integral parts of blockchain technology. Think of it as a computer chip that is rewarded for verifying transactions. But instead of being one centralized node that is owned by one large financial institution or government entity, It is one of millions of nodes across the globe that we can own. As a node owner, you will earn daily passive income from it every single day in the form of digital money, cryptocurrency, the highest returning asset in the history of the world. You don't have to be technical. You don't need to understand the code. You just need to recognize the moment, because timing is everything. This has already started. People are already participating, and the number of available nodes is limited. That means every day that passes, fewer remain. And just like every major opportunity before this, by the time it feels safe, by the time everyone is talking about it, the biggest advantage is already gone. So the real question isn't, does this work? It's, will you be early? Or will you be the one saying again, I wish I got in sooner? To see what this could mean for you, take the next step now to learn more.
Bellator Life. To your legacy.
Guys, this is what we're talking about. You see, I always like to give the example. If you think about it as Uber or Airbnb, right? There are many of people who help these companies to grow, from homeowners to shoppers to riders. But how many of them actually own a piece of the company? Almost none. See, if you think about it, they own the technology. They don't own the cars. They don't own the homes, but they get paid for owning the technology. Well, that's where we are when it comes down to what we are doing with these companies. And that's what makes nodes so powerful. You know, we have spoken about the infrastructure, a few of our global partnership announced, including options that are available, the nodes and their potential. So, attention leaders and future investors, let me just summarize. This is what a node is all about. So take a screenshot, guys, so you can sit back and read about it, because nodes are not just positions. They are strategic access points into a profit-generating ecosystem. Now, Warren Buffett, he says, things you like to do should be your hobby, and things the world does should be your business. And I want to share a short clip with a gentleman. And I believe if you guys get this, just listening to what he's saying, then you get the entire presentation. He's not associated with our company. However, his experience has absolutely changed his life, and it can do the same for you. So listen in.
Did make millions of dollars in crypto, but I don't trade crypto and I don't buy crypto. I make it. So I started making Bitcoin at $220. That in itself is crazy. We started mining Bitcoin. We were making a lot of money. We were like, man, if Bitcoin ever gets to $10,000, we're going to be rich. This guy that was mentoring me, he was worth $100 million. I became one of his top guys. And at that time, I didn't know anybody worth that kind of money. It just sounds preposterous to the average person. For the next 7 years, I learned software instead of hardware mining. So when you mine Bitcoin, you have a physical piece of machine. You plug it into the network. It confirms transactions, you make Bitcoin. On the platform that we launched, which was a company called Gala Games, we worked at Snoop, the death row chain that Snoop gave me, kind of crazy. And instead of hardware, we had software. So these software nodes will confirm transactions on the blockchain. Every time you buy something on that blockchain, sell something, move some money back and forth, there's a fee. That fee goes up in the cloud and it's split evenly between the node owners. So that very first blockchain that we launched, I only put 15,000 in. And for 2.5 years, those nodes just confirmed transactions. I had about 17 million tokens in my wallet. I watched it go from less than a penny to 5 cents, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 84 cents in a matter of like 5 months. So I went from $11,000 in software nodes to having over 11.4 million liquid currency.
I love it. Let's talk about some nodes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk nodes, because I believe we're cracking the code. These are 4 nodes options that we have available. I'll share with you about our farm node, our Project X, our Miracle Pay CPU node, and the latest release, our Alpha Pass. So let me just give a quick example also of how these nodes work. And I just want you to follow the numbers, right? There's no guarantee. Let me just say that there's no guarantee. You have to know where it comes down to doing your investment and what you are willing to put in. So I just want you to imagine, what the company had put in place when Bellator, the marketing arm, was launched in December of 2024. The goal was having 200,000 in the first year. And you can already see with the partnership of Ingenico and Pax, there's millions of merchants that are already there. So we have easily surpassed the numbers even for the 5th year. But okay, let's just say it's 100 million. Just 100 million. We have already seen that just with PAX, it's over 100 million. And of those 100 million, in the market space, POS, only 3% decide to accept crypto payments. Only 3%, that's 3 million. And only $5 is being spent per day with each merchant. Well, the total that comes into Miracle Pay is $5.4 billion. Now, 30% of that 5.4 billion, as the gentleman shared in the video, is allocated to us as the node owners. So 30% is paid out, and there are a limited amount of each of these nodes. With the Miracle Pay CPU node, there's 210,000. So based on this example, you will earn over $7,800 on a one-time investment. Yes, pays you 7 days a week, 365 days a year for life. Now think about this. How many assets do you currently own that pay you within 24 hours and then pays you for the rest of your life and passes on to your very next generation and generation? Why? It doesn't stop for the fact it's on the blockchain. So this is just an example to show how powerful of an opportunity we have. Now, when we take a look at the Miracle Pay CPU node, it is $1,200. It comes with a compensation plan that allows you to override nodes. For those if you choose to refer this amazing opportunity to, you are able to override your team. You're earning direct commissions on these. For each of these sold, you're earning $225. There's a binary involved where you're earning from 10 to 20%. Your check matching up to 25%, 15 levels of a pay plan, more than $60,000 in a rank advancement. And also, don't forget your personal node or nodes. See, this is what we talk about when we're saying an exciting opportunity that awaits you. Now, we will dive more into the compensation plan on Wednesday and more into the products. That call will be product specific and the compensation respectively for each of these nodes that we are sharing. We also currently have a promotion right now on the farm node, and the farm node pays a fraction, 1/14 to be exact, of what a full node pays. Now, this is $99, and for a limited time, you buy one and you get one free. I know many have been taking advantage of this for the mere fact that, sometimes you might not be in the position where you are right now to get a full node. However, a farm node is there. There is a compensation plan that's attached to that, 7 levels. Make a referral, it's $22, and it goes 7 levels. And we also have the 3-pack purchasing 3, you receive 3 free. And guess what? There is a referral plan to that as well. Refer one, it's $66. Now, let me share something that's very powerful about this promotion. For the mere fact, in this example, you purchase 3 and you're receiving 3 free, but the payments that you're receiving daily is for 6. I hope you guys got that. So you're purchasing 3, you're receiving 3 for free, and you're getting paid on all 6 daily. That's powerful in itself. So this is the only asset that I know that you can purchase right away and it start paying you immediately. I've been in the industry, I've seen much that have happened. And the reality about it is many people, they get involved with companies, and guess what? Every single month they have to pay an auto ship. Every single month they have to qualify. Every single month there is something extra they have to do, while here you make a one-time investment and it continues to pay you for life. Think about that. All right. Now, I spoke about tokenization earlier. I just want to share with you how this ties in with the asset as we are very close to wrapping up this call. So let me share this with you guys. I hope you see the vision in this as well.
We hear it all the time. The investment world is complicated. Stocks are confusing. Commodities are complex. And the Forex market? It's a maze. It's time to end the chaos. Introducing Project X. Let's look closer at the ultimate gateway bridging Wall Street and Web3. Project X isn't just a product, it's your key to the future. At its core lies the power of Wall Street capital asset strategies. Here is the huge news. A $12 billion deal has already been signed. This unlocks approximately $25 million a year flowing directly back to Project X holders. But we are just getting started. A colossal $60 billion deal is already on the way. Once signed, this is projected to add another $125 million to the community pool. The potential here is limitless. Plus, the project is powered by Mediterra's robust real-world assets, RWA, with massive backing from the oil and energy sectors. The rewards? Project X holders enjoy a $2 daily payout. That means $730 a year, guaranteed. And don't forget, you earn a $250 direct commission on every single NFT sale you make. For the first 10 days only, prices are slashed. Single NFT, just $1,300, down from $1,600. Starter pack, 3 NFTs, $3,600. Bonus pack, buy 5, get 1 free for $6,000. Whale pack, buy 25, get 7 free for $30,000. Secure your financial future today with Project X. Buy now at bellatorlife.com.
So guys, as you can see, this is just it's just amazing to know that all this is at your fingertip, and what you choose to do with it is up to you. The different options are there as listed, from 1,300 up to 30,000. You can buy one, you can buy multiple. It is totally up to you. Now we have what was recently announced, and let me tell you, this is completely changing the game. I believe, for an absolute fact, this will make us #1 in the entire industry. Although we are not a network marketing company, they just won't be able to deny what we are doing with our investors here. Speaking about the Alpha Pass, and what's so powerful about this, it's $2,100, right? And it pays you $90 per month in your first 12 months. Thereafter, the second year, it pays you $120 in the third year. The minimum it will pay is $90. Now, what's cool about this is the mere fact that it's not just $90 that you're earning our score token, which are currently in pre-sale at 20 cents per token. So you're taking a look at receiving about 450 token, and when this token is launched, it will be at $1.50. Now, I'm not giving financial advice. What I'm saying is, if it's at 20 cents right now and it will launch at $1.50, hint, hint, they say success leaves clues. You can decide on that. That is just in itself absolutely mind-blowing. Again, another asset that when you invest into it, it allows you to earn back your initial investment in a short period of time. That's based on real world transaction. It's based on AI. You are getting access to the token that will increase. And what the company has also done is included a powerful compensation plan that's attached to that. For each person that you refer, you have an opportunity to earn. So just think about the very first 2 people, because you have a giving heart and you're just that type of a person that goes out and share. Not everyone will want to be a part of something this powerful, because some people are scared of success. Some people are scared of their life being enhanced, right? So just think about it. You speak to a few friends and 2 decide to get started. You will earn $200 each from those individuals. Now, from your 3rd referral on, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, you will earn $1,000. You heard that correct. From your 3rd, 4th, 5th on, you will earn $1,000. And we all refer people. It's not something new. You refer people to a great restaurant, you refer them to a great movie, you refer them to a great salon, you refer them to a car dealership. We refer all the time, but for majority of the time, we don't get paid. Well, think about this. Here, Refer two, your first two, it's 200. Thereafter, you earn $1,000 each. And what's powerful about this is when those individuals who you refer, when they refer their first two, well, guess what? If you say they receive $200, you're absolutely correct. However, you receive $800 each. So yes, so everybody's first two from your first two, you are earning $800. Now, again, you could go 5 wide in referrals, 10 wide. It is totally up to you. And you could get started in this program without even any investment and just using, as we call it, sweat equity. See, by making a sale of 4, each of those without you owning your own Alpha Pass will pay you $200. On your fifth, you will earn $1,000. On year 6, you will earn 1,000, and there and there, and the training bonuses go along with that. So again, as I said, I will touch on this training on Wednesday night. There are other recordings out there. You can hear more in depth about this as well. And to get access to this, it's only $29, and this gives you access to the education platform, events, the AI product system that puts everything all in one place. When you refer someone to come to a webinar, your link is already embedded there. So at the end of a presentation, they automatically could get started without ever getting back to you. That's what the company has put in place, automated infrastructure. And when you refer 4 individuals who choose to take this package as well, for the fact they want to be educated, they want the system at their fingertip, well, guess what? You absolutely have no monthly overhead. That's completely waived for you. So again, that's just a little into, the Alpha Pass as well. But again, so much more here to share to everyone. So as we get ready to wrap this call up, let me close with this, ladies and gentlemen. What you have seen today, it isn't a hype. I don't believe you feel that it's a hype. It isn't a shortcut either, right? This is not a get rich system where you have to worry about here today, gone tomorrow. And it's definitely not a gamble. It's an infrastructure. For over 8+ years, this framework has been built with intention, structure, timing, and vision. See, Miracle Cash was founded in 2017, not 2026. All right. We speak about governance by Metatera, structure, oversight, strategic direction, technology by Miracle Pay, infrastructure, innovation, functionality, growth by Bellator, which means expansion, community, distribution. And the beneficiary of that all is you. See, this ecosystem is not asking you to speculate. It's inviting you to position. We can all agree history have proves that every major wealth shift rewarded those who, one, saw infrastructure before the crowd, understood value before popularity. 3, they acted before certainty felt comfortable. Remember what I said? When I saw this for the first time, it wasn't popular, it wasn't proven, but Michael was very clear in the vision. That's the reason why we are where we are today. That's where we are right now. This isn't about convincing you, it's about alignment. So if you believe the future belongs to ownership over participation, or system over speculation, community over isolation, then this makes sense. The real question isn't, will this work? The real question is, where do you want to be when it does? Remember, never ask permission from someone who has never done what you are looking to do. Better yet, timing never asks for permission. It only rewards preparation. We're early, we're structured, we're governed, we're powered, and we're expanding with or without hesitation. So I want to just encourage you guys, lock in your spot. If this resonates, not emotionally, but strategically, now is the moment to secure your position. Not out of fear, not out of pressure, but out of clarity. Ownership is a decision. Positioning is a choice, and the door is open. So on behalf of the executive team, our dedicated corporate support, our valued investors, and myself, it's truly a pleasure and an honor to warmly welcome you all to the Bellator family. With that being said, we want to we'll end this side of the presentation, and I want to go ahead and welcome to the line my partner in success. Many of you know her. Many of you have had the